I was in the mood for a little pico de gallo tonight to end my Saturday night. So I'm gonna make some. Okay, so I cut up my white onion. I use a white onion, not a red onion. And I just chopped up my jalapenos. I'm gonna add them in there. I hope these are not hot. Too hot. Some jalapenos I can get, they are good and mild like I like them, so I'm really hoping these are not too hot. The thing I learned is that when you are really getting ready to slice the onion, I mean not the onions, but the tomatoes, go ahead and squeeze your lime on in here with your salt and pepper and let this just start marinating. And I'm gonna add just a little lemon, but that's my cilantro in there with my jalapeno and my yellow onion. So this is marinated with a little lime and a little lemon, and I put some garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Now I'm getting ready to stir this all together, let that marinate while I get my tomatoes cut up. And I'm using these little cherry tomatoes because they're so much easier. And I'm going to pull the seeds out the middle so I don't have this way more watery than it should be. My pico is done. And I'm chopping up my tomatoes. And let's taste it. My jalapenos should have to be mild. Welcome to my blog. Welcome back to my vlog. As you saw earlier, I made something very simple, a little pico de gallo. Really easy. I love to do it. I started to do a mango one, but I was like, nah, you know what? I'll go ahead and just do a regular one because I want to do something a little different on my blog today. I want to show you how I make my short braids, short wine. Wine braised short ribs. So, listen, I'm not a chef, okay? I'm not a chef. I don't cook professionally. I just know that whatever I cook, my family loves what I cook. I don't have this kitchen where, I have all these top notch things. As you can see, I have just a regular kitchen here. I don't have the best pots and pans. I don't have the best silverware. And those are some things that I'm actually going to invest in a little later. It's just that, my husband and I have spent so much time doing a lot of things around the home, adding things to our home. And so now that I think that we've accomplished what goals of, what we wanted to add into the house, that we can start I can start, throwing out some old stuff and putting in some really good pots and pans. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have some great pots and pans, but I'm just saying I don't always cook in the best. I cook in like Old Faithfuls. You all know what Old Faithfuls are. So we're going to get started and I'm going to show you exactly what my ingredients are for these ribs and just kind of go through the process and do the best I can. I'm filming by myself, so this is going to be a quick short vlog and yeah, there's something a little bit different. So let's get into the thing I want to do is grab me a really good wine that I'm going to pair with this. And so whenever I make anything beef related, red meat related, I always go with a red wine. As you can see, I have a couple of red wines here. These are my whites up here, you guys. And so I keep this thing well stocked, and I will be restocking whatever I use. I will be putting some more back in this weekend, but I'm trying to see what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to go with the Blossom Rock, I guess, or Rock Blossom. It's a red blend it's a Lodi. And so I think that's what we're going to use today. That's what I want to drink. Okay, so I have a few things going on here. I have my wine breathing some. My decanter broke, so I just kind of let it sit here and breathe like this. I've had a glass of some other kind of wine, but it was just a little bit of that. I have here a couple of sprigs of rosemary that I'm going to use. I have some carrots, very little onion because my husband and son do not like onion. I love onion, but they don't. So I have to be very careful of the amount of onion that I use. And I have garlic that's cut in half. I have some garlic that I already peeled, but I wanted to kind of use that. I like to sit that in there when I'm cooking my meat and also when I'm cooking and tossing my vegetables. I have my meat over here. Y'all don't look at that sink. Gotta get that sink taken care of. It's only a plate in a bowl, but that's bothering me. I have seasoned my short ribs. I don't have any pink salt or any sea salt, so I had to use regular salt, and I used black pepper, and I seasoned the meaty part because that's the part that's going to go in first. I have 2 cups of red wine. That is another wine that I've had in my home for some years, and that particular wine is good with cooking, but not with drinking. And then I'm going to put in 2 cups of beef broth, and I have a second batch over here that I'm going to cook. My eggplant was supposed to be my lunch today, but I had to do some running around. I have some asparagus. I'm going to cook this asparagus about an hour before my food is done, or maybe 30 minutes. But I'll show you how I do my asparagus. My husband loves it. May not be for you, but it works for us. And I have a cast iron skillet here, and this is where I'm going to do brown my short ribs, and then add like my tomato paste, my broth, my veggies, and I'm going to have to transfer it because I don't have a Dutch oven right now. My husband is, looking for me one, so I have to kind of transfer all of this over. So I'll show you how that works once this get hot and I get the braised ribs going. Okay, so I think that this grease is hot enough. It is. So I'm just going to add the rest of these on here, and I want to let them start searing. So when I'm searing these, I am looking for a certain brownness, and it looks like this one. That's beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Now I did add my garlic over here to cook with it. A lot of people may add their garlic second, but I looked at a video by Gordon Ramsay, and he added his garlic while cooking the beef. I'm not sure if the other ones. Oh, and another thing I like to do, let they get a little bit browner, is I like to salt I like the salt and pepper, just a little bit of salt and pepper on the bone. So the rest of these gotta cook a little bit more, see a little bit more. Yeah, sear it a little bit more on that side. And listen, brown it how much you want to brown it. I mean, honestly speaking, it's up to you. Cook your food the way you want to cook it. I'm just showing you how to do mine. And in case, you may be interested. But, yeah, I'm just showing you how to do mine. So once I brown all of these to kind of get to this, and once this one is brown nicely on the other side, I'm going to add my second batch, and from there I'm going to transfer them. Well, Once they're ready, I'm going to transfer them into that big aluminum pan that you saw. And then I'm going to start on the veggies. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and get all of these kind of seared up. I'll show you what they look like after they're seared. So these are my braised ribs. As you can see, I love that nice brown sear that's on top. So I'm going to let them sit in there, and we're going to get our vegetables going with our wine and our beef broth. Okay guys, so I have my vegetables in here. I have my garlic halves. My other garlic kind of broken up, and I didn't want it mixed in. So I'm just gonna keep this half here, but pretty much the really good taste of the garlic is in there. And so I'm just actually getting my vegetables kind of not necessarily too soft, but just soften up just a little bit. And then I am going to add the wine sauce in here. So for the wine, I am going to add, this is 2 cups of wine, which is about half a bottle of wine. I'm going to put that in there, and guys, because I got to use my hand, I am going to take a wooden spoon or either a whisk, and I'm going to whisk this around so I can get some of that goodness from down there. And I'm going to let that start kind of caramelizing before I add the beef broth. Guys, I made my first mistake of doing this. I was supposed to add the tomato paste before I added the wine. I kind of jumped ahead of myself, but that's okay. I'm just going to caramelize it all together. And this is 3 teaspoons of tomato paste. So that is boiling, and it is looking good. And now what I do, I'm sorry guys, is I add about 2 cups of beef broth, and I let it get the simmering and bubbling. I wish I can add the short ribs in here and just put them in the oven and cook them. Unfortunately, I can't. So I'm going to, oh, and that's 3 sprigs of rosemary. And then I'm going to take my whisk, because my wooden spoon, like I said, is in the thing. It's dirty. I'm going to whisk that around in there. I'm going to bring that to a boil. Once I bring that to the boil, then I'm going to transfer it here, stick it into the oven, and I'm going to cook it for 2.5 hours. Okay, everybody. So I did transfer over my red wine reduction here with my thyme, with my carrots. I would have liked to have had more carrots, but honestly, like I said, when I'm dealing with my family, they don't eat a lot of vegetables. Well, let me take that back. They do. But when it comes to the short ribs, they really don't like the celery, the onions, the carrots. So I put a little bit on there to give me some type of flavor. But I have this in here, and you can see it has a beautiful brown searing on top of it. I am going to put the top on this, and I'm going to cook this for 2.5 hours. I am cooking it on 350. When we come back, I'll be doing my asparagus. Let me tell you, well, I'll tell you when I come back. I do my asparagus the way I like it. So, and my husband likes it. So, we're going to go ahead and get these going. I tell you, that's only been in there almost an hour, and it smells so immaculate, and it just smells so good in here right now. So what I'm about to do, I am going to do mashed potatoes. I love these. So I'm going to do the Gold Idaho potato. I am going to wash and cleanse these, get them in the water, and I boil and mash them with the skin on, and they are absolutely amazing. So let me go ahead and get these cut. I always cut them in half so they can cook really good. And let me go ahead and get them cooked, and well, not cooked, but go ahead and get them in the water so we can get them started. Okay, so I have the potatoes in here. It's fogging up. I'm not sure how many I put in here. I just cut enough because these were kind of small. So, and even if we don't eat them all tonight, I will still have some for Because I don't for tomorrow, because my son always say what he doesn't want to eat. Like he was like, I'm hungry, I'm going to get something, but he'll still come home and eat the short ribs, and he'll eat the enough, potatoes. But just in case he doesn't, we'll have enough for my meal on tomorrow. And so, like I said, these are the potatoes I use. So over here, I have washed the asparagus. I have just kind of just broke this to kind of show you guys. My husband doesn't. He loves my asparagus, but he doesn't like the ends. So I normally cut the ends to about right here. I normally cut them. I don't break them. I just kind of did this to show you guys. So I'll be cutting these kind of like right around in here. The end parts are a little bit too much for him, so he doesn't like them. So I'll be cutting those right around in there. I don't know if people cut those or eat them. I kind of used to eat them, but not, like I said, not anymore. I just cut them off right there. So, I still have about another hour before I even start on these. So I'm letting the short ribs continue to cook. I am letting the potatoes cook, and then go from here. And that's the great thing about food that cooks slow. You can just prep and go about your day. So as you can see, they are in there cooking. This is what I do with mine first. I kind of steam them. Well, not steam them, but I go ahead and saute them on top of the oven. Get them to my desired softness. And then I put a top on them and steam them. These are about ready to come off. I'm not probably going to show the whole process on this, but what I do is I mash these. I have a masher, and then I have a mixer, and I use a little bit of milk, butter, and sour cream, salt, and pepper to get them good and seasoned up and really creamy. So I'll show you when those are done. I'm about 30 minutes away from having my braised ribs done. They smell amazing, guys. So amazing. Guys, everything is done. Those are the potatoes. You know what? Presentation is not on my side tonight. I just did not feel like cleaning that bowl up and making it look good. I'm tired. I forgot these take a long time to cook. And here they are. Guys, when I tell you they are delicious, like I said, I'm not a chef. My husband loves them. My son loves them. They are delicious to us. And so I'm so excited to just, when I tell you, look how tender they are. I mean, look at this, that bone is just clean. They are absolutely delicious. And here's my asparagus. I have a little, well, not a little, but I did put some Parmesan cheese on those. So when I tell you, this red wine here was absolutely amazing. This is a delicious red blend from the Lodi region. When I tell you, it's wonderful. The perfect amount of spice, the perfect amount of licorice, and then it just has this full body taste to it. The aftertaste is so delicious, and once it sits, as long as it sits, it just opens up. It is absolutely amazing, and it is going to go extremely well with my braised ribs. I wish I would have done a Cabernet, which is what I use to cook those. And usually I hear that people say all the time, use the wine that you're going to drink. Cook with the wine you're going to drink. It just boosts it up a little bit more. But I will do that next time. I am watching something here on YouTube. I'm not sure what it is, but it's good. It's like Nicole Ari Parker and Boris Kojo. And I got my glass. I'm about to fill up my cup. Give me a little bit more going in my cup here. And I'm going to fix my plate, guys. I'm not going to show my plate because this kind of video went longer than I wanted it to. So you guys have a wonderful day. Just look at that. Look at that. Can you guys? Oh, wow. I'm just ready. Great dinner tonight. Enjoy. Like, subscribe, comment, tell somebody, tell somebody, tell somebody, hey, come check me out. I don't have the best camera. I'm not, a superstar blogger, but what I put on here is fun, I think. It's me, it's real, and it's just who I am. So, yeah, spread the word to check me out. Bye.